Hello, everybody. Henrik from Aurora Coach here. I'm very happy to announce that we have now launched Aurora Coach for GitHub. So I know many of you have been asking for this for a long time, and it's finally here. So I thought I'd pull together this short video showing how easy it is for you to set up integration between your GitHub organization and your Aurora Coach organization, how to link up your teams between them, and get the metrics data flowing from your GitHub workflows into your coaching and continuous improvement workflows. So without further ado, I pulled up a little clock in the corner here, which I'm gonna start, and then we'll get into it. So hitting the start button on that one, and getting into GitHub. So this is the marketplace listing and the public page for Aurora Coach for GitHub. So this is what you will see when you're ready to set this integration up. It has a little description here talking about what it does. So when the integration is set up, Aurora Coach, this GitHub app, will pull data on your pull requests, reviews, deployments, releases, and from that data, calculate metrics on cadence that feed in as context to Aurora Coach, your AI coach for software engineering teams. And essentially, these metrics will help enforce the data that's available to the coach and the coaching workflows, and essentially bring something observable into that coaching space, supporting the team's workflows, and help them understand what they're working on, what they need to improve, what the next step might be, and get that away from only their subjective reality of what they experience themselves or what they see themselves, but also support that with some actual data from GitHub. Now, before we begin, I also want to mention that this effectively also makes Aurora Coach the interpretation layer for your organization. So it removes a lot of friction from the team members. They don't have to pull together the metrics anymore. They don't have to set the dashboards up anymore. They can do that, of course, if they want to compare, but Aurora Coach will add new features for them, interpreting their data and weighing that together with everything else they got going in the coaching workflow to help produce the insights they need on where they can focus their attention for their continuous improvement efforts. But without further ado, you click the install button up here to confirm your installation, and that brings up, you select your organization from the list that you got there, and then you have to go through and select the repos that you allow Aurora Coach to access. So I'm gonna select all repos here for the Aurora Coach org for the purposes of this demo. But here you can select the repos that are relevant for the teams that you have onboarded to Aurora Coach, essentially. Now, clicking install here will redirect you to an authentication screen. And from here, you have to log in with your tenant admin account. So tenant admins are the only ones that have access to this feature, since the integration is an organization-wide integration that you set up between your GitHub organization and Aurora Coach tenant, meaning that it's the only role that has access to do this. So logging in as a tenant admin will bring you to this screen. Done. The GitHub integration is now set up behind the scenes, fully secure between GitHub and Aurora Coach. It has automatically linked teams based on the naming of the teams in GitHub and the naming of the teams in Aurora Coach. So if the teams doesn't have the same name across these, the product can't link them up. But in that case, for example, as we see here, we got two teams in GitHub, the Lost Ones and Slayers, and we got one unlinked team on the Aurora Coach side, Troll Slayers frontend. Now, this might be the same team, Troll Slayers frontend might be the Slayers team in GitHub, And if it is, we can just drag Slayers onto Trollslayer's front end, and they're now linked. So it's as easy as this to set it up, and it's now done. And from now on, data will flow on cadence connected to the coaching interval that you've set up in Aurora Coach. Aurora Coach will pull metrics on that cadence and calculate them for the team. So they always have fresh metrics for every new fresh coaching period they go into. I'm going to open up Aurora Coach to show you a little bit about what it looks like as a logged in tenant admin. You have a new admin tool. It's the integration button up here to the right. And this is where you manage what we call source connections. Now, GitHub is the first source connection that we're launching, but it will be the first one of many to come as we enable more and more of these sources to feed in metrics to your coaching workflows. So as you can see here, GitHub is connected, and that means that the integration is set up and it's working. Clicking this button will take you to a manual linking page. So for example, if Slayers and Trollslayers frontend was actually not the correct link, you can just click it to unlink it. And then you can drag lost ones on here, for example, to link that up. And essentially manage your linking need here going forward. If new teams are added, for example, in Aurora Coach, they will pop up here as unlinked, and if they are added to GitHub teams, they will pop up as unlinked, and you can drag and drop to make sure that the integration is set up for each team going forward. That's it. So it's as simple as that. I think I'm just going to check if there's something I'm forgetting here to mention. Yeah. So what type of metrics are we talking about? Well, it's metrics that support your coaching workflows. So we're looking at things like velocity and flow, for example, cycle time, throughput, lead time, how often you ship things, its quality to some extent, build success rates, PR sizes. If something goes through without review, for example, that can pop up in the metrics. Collaboration stuff, how long it takes to turn around the code reviews, the review depth, things like that. And work item health, like issue throughput, issue cycle time, how much work in progress you have on the issues, and stuff like that. So really tangible things that can help inform Aurora Coach and provide better insights that can help your teams in their improvement work. And this is all very opaque. I understand that it seems, it's super easy to set up. You don't really see what's going on behind the scenes. And if you feel the need to get more of a technical deep dive, we can do that on request. But in short, it's a very secure standard GitHub integration setup that's going on behind the scenes, and there's no room for human error in this. It's all managed automatically. So the last thing I want to show you is if you'd like to unintegrate, if you'd like to sort of uninstall this, all you have to do is go to your Aurora Coach for GitHub page again inside GitHub. And you see that you now have a configure button installed instead of an install button. And if you click that one and you go into your account on GitHub, you can choose uninstall Aurora Coach for GitHub. And you click that and the installation is now revoked. So if I go back to the integrations page in Aurora Coach, we see that it's now not connected anymore. So this effectively revokes all the API keys, everything behind the scene. It's now not integrated anymore. It doesn't remove metrics that has already been calculated and that's sort of been used as context for coaching insight. That's still inside Aurora Coach and subject to the normal terms for data retention and so forth. But the integration is gone, and nothing else will be fed to Aurora Coach after this point. So that's it. It's as simple as that. So let's have a look at the clock. It says 9 minutes now for me, and I think there's a lot of yapping for those 9 minutes. So I think if you have a solid setup in your GitHub teams and in your GitHub around teams rather, and you can map them easily to your Aurora Coach teams, then I think you can probably set this up in under 5 minutes. Now, for those of you who's watching this on YouTube and maybe have no clue on what Aurora Coach is, let me just take a brief minute to show you guys. I think you should head up to auroracoach.com with a dash and check out the AI coach for engineering teams. So great teams are built one step at a time, and a good first step is to sign up for the starter plan or the professional plan, depending on your organization. If you just want to try it out, you can get an account for 15 euros a month for one team, up to 12 users, the full coaching experience. This only takes a couple of minutes to set up as well, self-service onboarding, and you're ready to go. So that's all for me, guys. Thanks for your time. Cheers.